have the accountabilities, and the third one that we wanted to connect and to analyze in aspect of AI was the Scrum Master or the Agile coach. The Agile coach, I would separate it for another session because I really want to kind of put more boundaries. The Scrum Master main responsibilities are to explain and to empower the team and all teams around, or all stakeholders around in the organization, to understand what is Scrum or Agile working and why is it good for us. And of course, just saying it once is not enough. You have to be there continuously until maybe you reduce the I don't know, half time, or until the team is mature enough. Fine. So I just want to, of course, give you the ball immediately. And as last part of my question now is, which is the part in his or her role of the Scrum Master that is the hardest to be substituted by AI, according to you?
Well, I like a lot what you said before about the accountabilities to displacing, going from roles to accountabilities, because I think this is something that, in all this transformation process is probably where people should focus on. So if new roles emerge, or if new accountabilities emerge, then people should just embrace them. And I think this really applies to the Scrum Manager. If you're a Scrum Master, so if you are looking after things like your team velocity, if you are trying to organize the team, bring it together, try to distribute tasks in a way that that people are going to be more effective. One way that I believe there is always an important human component. And again, the way that these solutions work best is in a tandem, is a machine-human tandem. So what artificial intelligence, advanced analytics in general, as I prefer to call it, enable you is to improve your performance as an individual. So if you have a role like the role of the Scrum Master, what you can do with artificial intelligence, or with advanced analytics, or with machine learning, what you can do with it is to empower or to accelerate the capabilities that you have in your role. So it's not to substitute you, it's not to remove the person from it, it's just to accelerate.
So basically to read, to take information, to see actually
to make better decisions.
Of behavior, information about what's in the books. This is great, right? Because we don't have time to read all the books and to apply all the books content on the specific moment. So this is exactly good. What you, again, turning it in the kind of helping actually the roles.
Exactly. That's
AI perspective.
I think that the trade-off is that then you would need perhaps only a few individuals that have this ability. So in the past, and this is, I don't really think that you're going to remove roles, at least not anytime soon, but I think that you will need less individuals executing this role. So you can, I think the motto of the whole conversation is you can achieve more with less. And that should, for organizations, should be a good thing. And obviously for some teams, people might feel perhaps a little bit afraid, but I think if they embrace the fact that they can be more productive, they will find opportunities all over the place, because now you can do really much more things. And and then going back to the Scrum Master thing, well, it's you can be, for instance, more accurate understanding how much your team, how long it's going to take your team to build something, how to craft the right user story. So how you can craft the tasks in a way that your team is going to be more effective. You can have a system that is able to redact, to create these texts in a more effective way that, that reduces, for instance, the amount of bugs that you're having, the amount of confusion, that the velocity of your team is going to improve. So if you aid yourself with these things, you might actually be more effective. However, what I think is going to be necessary is still the tools, because I don't think these tools exist that enable people to do that. Tools that enable people to track how this conversation of the estimation, for instance, how many story points a story with a certain description has. Perhaps a system can understand, if I formulate my user story or my task in this way, I know that my team is going to give this kind of estimation, and I know that if certain people in my team gives this kind of an estimation, well, this is going to be the kind of velocity that I'm going to have.
So if I allow you to continue exactly in this moment, because you're talking basically what you just said, you're talking about different challenges or problems in one Scrum team to deliver on time. So this is the main task of the Scrum Master, actually, the human interaction, and to observe where are the bottlenecks. I mean bottlenecks, the examples that you said, for example, slow velocity, why the velocity is slow. Well, we start then to analyze and scan the multiple possibilities why the velocity is slow. Velocity, I mean that they don't deliver on time, right? So the human interaction is very crucial here. So this is, according to me, impossible very soon to happen on the way how the people do it. So the human behavior that the Scrum Master is delivering or performing in the team is very hard. Well, first of all, we don't have robots yet that are moving even as copying on the copy machine. We don't have it yet. We can have some computer or AI things, system may be activated on some computer that is listening what the people are talking. But I think that's a little bit what you meant with tools. But the crucial skills of an agile master, like human interaction, adapting to the team, how they are, the dynamic of the team, what is really the problem? Are it interhuman problem, interpeople problem? Is it infrastructure problem? Is it know-how problem? All this is so much multiple scenarios that can exist in a team or in a department or in a company. Of course, it's scalable. We need to be able to apply creative problem solving. Of course, the machine, the AI, is very creative. You have maybe the best problem solutions to offer us. But first, you have to ask the question, then to describe it in the right direction. And this is hard. I mean, the trigger is first the person. And the idea, but just a last moment, the leadership part of the Scrum Master, very important part. The leadership, actually, the leaders are actually all three roles. Every on the corresponding level. The developers should be leaders. We know that in Scrum we want to have the self-organizing, not even only self-managing, for the people who know the last Scrum guides. Self-managing highs, we're responsible to be successful for the product, that the customer like it and say, this is a value here. And this is hard, according to me, with the with the existing AI tools. But they are absolutely helpers. They can be absolutely used and should be used. We shouldn't be scared from them. And I a little bit moved from the Scrum Master, but as I said, human interaction, adaptability, creative problem solving, leadership, 4 things in the Scrum Master role that, according to me, are they cannot be substituted.
I also believe so, that the human factor is going to be more and more important in building solutions, in making teams work in general. And those are capacities that are not going to disappear. What I think is going to be interesting, and it's going to be, as I mentioned before, in this native AI organizations or teams, that you will see different roles. So still you will end up having leadership. Obviously, someone has to motivate, someone has to give a vision where we want to go, what we want to accomplish, and why we want to go there, and why we want to accomplish this. And usually what we want to solve is problems for other human beings. So you will need, obviously, a person who leads that. However, where the machines can help is to build the right message or look after the right metrics that we have to optimize to achieve our goal. Exactly, to achieve our goal in the shortest time span. So that's what I think, that AI actually have an impact and has a
And we're
huge
going to have a
possibilities.
next series for this. Sorry to
Definitely.
coming in for our audience. We're going to have another session how the KPIs and the measurement, or like in general, data analytics can help us in the agile world. So yeah, we hope you're going to join us. And I think we covered for now the 3 roles, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Do you want to add something?
Yeah. No, sure. I think we cover a lot of ground. I think we've been doing now for like a half an hour, and I think it's actually to have this conversation with you has been interesting to understand how, because I've been reflecting for a while now in my role, how we can use AI in these IT roles, in these software development roles, and it's not clear. And many times when I talk to companies and I
Not
engage
only
in
software, no, very important. Not only software, because this is beyond IT. This is even better news for you.
yeah, so that's, that's awesome. And then to have this framework and to understand, okay, well, there's actually a path, and this is an interesting conversation to get started. I know there are many, like, I mean, like the tools are still not there, but to have the mindset and to start the conversation and see how people react to it. If we hopefully we've been able to spark a couple of interesting thoughts and join us to the conversation. We want to have a couple of other chats like this where we explore different roles. And I think actually as a brainstorming exercise is pretty interesting to see what we can do with this. And again, it's not, yeah, it's not your enemy. This stuff is not your enemy. This stuff is here to boost your productivity, do more with less, make you more effective,
and even to have more fun, because this is
and
important
even to have more fun.
enjoy.
Especially we come from the game industry, which is it's really funny. If you come from the game industry, you know that you have these things called the NPCs, the non-person characters. I think that stand for is all these characters that you have in a game, and so you go to this character and you ask for a hint, and then the character gives you a hint, and essentially what AI is giving you is a better NPC for the game of life. So you have, yeah,
exactly.
So you have an assistant that is giving you some input. You can have those conversations, and I think this is how people should look at these things. It's like a better assistant for the game of life to help you to be more effective. And if you have a business, if you're running your own operation, well, you will probably get more efficient, and I think that should be the goal of everyone here.
And this is exactly what the product owners in these industries do, and the whole gaming teams, right?
Yeah. So I think with that we can wrap this up for today. We can probably have a second episode of this, have a second round, and perhaps go dive a little bit deeper in certain roles, certain capabilities, perhaps lay down also a couple of concepts, so people can navigate better the whole conversation, which is actually pretty complex. But I think this is a good point to stop here and then continue the conversation at a later point. So Galina, it's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. I hope you had fun, and you see it. We had a podcast. We finished it.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you to you. And I'm waiting for the next one. I'm very happy.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you then. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.